Hello everybody, my name is Fearless, and this is just going to be a little rant about the new upcoming quality of life and why some of these changes are absolutely ridiculous. And if you are an entitled Survivor main, just leave now because this is going to upset you probably. And I'm a Survivor main, but I'm not entitled. That's the thing. Okay, so is this April to June? So I'm assuming they're going to come between now and probably the end of June. So the rest of these, the ones without the check marks. So yeah, gamma settings, good. No problem with that at all. Go next prevention. Some survivors are going to hate it. The ones that want to give up on Hook all the time because they got downed at 4 gens or something. Something stupid like that. I'm going to love it though because I want to actually have teammates. I want to play the game. So yeah. Hiding and body blocking prevention. I believe they said if you get an idle crow, you could phase through the killer and your teammates if they're trying to body block you. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It takes, like, I think 30 seconds to get an idle crow, so not that long. Spawn rules and map offering balance. Honestly, this is the only thing the killers are getting. And I'm gonna be fucking real with you. The killers get nothing this update besides this. The fact that map offerings are going to be 20% instead of guaranteed, right? That's the only thing killers are getting. And it's ridiculous, and we're going to get into that later with the other screenshot. Improved AFK bots. Nothing wrong with that. And hell, I don't even know what that means. So, yeah. With the new quest system, some people didn't like it. I don't know how you couldn't like it. It doesn't make any damn sense. Preview your perks in the lobby. I don't know why you couldn't make it to where we could see our teammates' perks in the lobby, but, Bulk blood point spinning. Cannot wait for that. I love just sitting in the lobby clicking over and over for like 30 minutes and getting 1 prestige out of that. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Custom game improvement. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by just improvement. I guess maybe more options, because right now in the custom game, your only option is like disable DLC killers, and I don't even know the other ones because there's just nothing there. So, yeah, overall, these changes for Phase 1, I think they're all going to be good. Some people are going to complain about the Go Next prevention, but those are just going to be the babies. Other than that, everything here is great. But let's get on to the second screenshot. All right, we have the second screenshot here. And this really, really pisses me off. As you can see, there's literally nothing for killer here. Just fucking nothing. There's just absolutely nothing for killer here. Let's look at the quality of life one first. More perk presets. Amazing. You can never have too many, am I right? Keyboard and mouse on console. Some people are going to love that. I prefer using a controller, to be honest, but some people are going to love that. Custom game improvements. Again, I don't know what that means, but probably good. Accessibility improvements. Good. Prestige rewards. Everyone's been begging for these. Thank goodness. Reduced login steps. Not exactly sure what that's going to mean. I don't know how you could reduce it anymore. Maybe you won't have to press X to start at the very beginning when you open the game anymore. Or space to start, whatever, And then 2v8 play while you wait. I am so excited for that because killer queue times, I think my longest queue has been 30 minutes, which I'm lucky because apparently people have been getting 45 minutes and shit, which is just mind-blowing to me. All right, now let's get to the part that actually sucks because all those quality of life ones, they're all amazing. All of them. They're all amazing. Even though I don't know exactly what reduced login steps means, but it's probably a good thing. So, gameplay. Let's start from the bottom here. Anti-cheat. That's the only thing actually like going to be good on this side of the on the gameplay section. Map and key item bouncing. Now, if you don't know, keys are going to be focused around revealing the killer's aura. So it's going to be like the Blood Amber add-on, but it's going to be on base. I don't know what they're going to do to make this fair for the killer. Probably nothing because they love catering towards survivors. And I'm a survivor main, okay? A lot of people hear my opinions on the game. They assume I'm a killer main. No, I'm a survivor main. I just think what they're doing with survivor is ridiculous. So, yeah, even though I play survivor, it doesn't matter, okay? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love having really overpowered stuff for the role that I play. But I also play killer a little bit, so... And I already have a hard time with killer. My MMR is really high with killer, and I get people that are, like, I get people that are better than me, right? I can barely ever get a 4K. Might be a skill issue, but either way. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be focused around revealing the killer's aura. I don't know. It's just I don't know, man. I really hope they make it balanced, but I don't see how they could do that anymore. So maps are gonna be focused around revealing vault locations and pallets. So it's like a mini windows of opportunity, basically. So pretty much you get a free perk. You get a fifth perk for free. Now I don't know what the range is gonna be. If the range is like 10 meters, okay, that's not bad. The durability on the map probably gonna be the same, but knowing behavior, they're gonna overbuff it for survivors because survivors complain a lot, so behavior wants to make them happy. But if killers complain, God forbid, don't help those killers. Only survivors. So yeah, those item balancing, yeah, that's not gonna balance anything. That's gonna make the game even more survivor-sided than it already is. Because I believe this game is survivor-sided. If you guys want to see a video on why, I'll gladly do a rant on that because that could go for hours. Anyways, MMR update. This could potentially be good, but it could potentially be bad as well. MMR right now is absolutely awful. When I'm playing killer, like I said earlier, I get paired with survivors that are better than me, right? So they're really good. But then when I'm survivor, I get teammates that are really, really, really bad. So you'd think if I go against good survivors, I should have good survivors when I play as a survivor. Nope, that's not how it works, apparently. Anti-camp. Really behavior? I mean, like, these top 3 are just freaking mind-blowing, dude. We already have anti-camping in the game, right? And I don't think behavior comprehends this fact, so let me say it once more. Behavior, if you're listening. The killers need to camp in order to win sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes killers will camp just because they want to. But you should be able to play however you want. Like, you should be able to camp if you want to. Because guess what? Campers get punished because the survivors are going to be doing gens while you're camping. Now, a lot of survivors are dumb. They want to go for the save. That's not what you should do. Like, let's say if I see a basement Bubba, for example. It takes 70 seconds per stage. If the other 3 survivors are all on a different gen, they can get 3 gens done at once. And then 2 of them can get on another gen, while the other one's on another gen. Those 2 people will get that gen done, and then that guy will die. But now it's a 3v1 at 1 gen. Right? At least 2 people are going to get out, probably. Anti-tunneling. Jesus Christ behavior. Jesus Christ. Okay. Now, I should have made a whole list. I made a whole list of, like, of killer perks that condone tunneling and killer perks that don't condone tunneling. But we're going to get that right after I read this anyways. So, anti-tunneling. Survivors already have base get borrow time, right? They already have teammates that can literally body block for them off of the hook. They could literally, there's so many perks that counter tunneling. There's Dead Hard, there's Off the Record, there's Decisive Strike. All of those perks, besides Dead Hard now, are like A or S tier, right? And I'm sure there's more anti-tunnel perks that I'm just not thinking of. And it's like, you don't need anti-tunnel, man. If the survivors don't bring a perk to counter tunneling, that's their own fault. You shouldn't punish the killer. Because survivors, they already have 16 perks compared to the killer only having 4. Right? So why are you punishing the killer in that scenario, dude? The killer already has so little to work with. Yes, they have a whole power, sure. But the survivors have 16 perks, right? One person can have decisive, one person can have off the record. The other 2 can have other anti-tunnel perks like Dead Hard or something, right? Why are you punishing the killer? I'm sorry, but I think the devs are so survivor-sided, it's ridiculous. Anyways, let's look at this little list I prepared. It's not that long. It's not going to take that long to get through. Let's just look at it. Here's the list. It's not that long, like I said. As you can see, there are 6 perks that encourage you not to tunnel, and there are only 2 that condone tunneling. If there's any more that I missed, let me know in the comments. I was just skimming through all the perks, and I picked out the ones that I knew. There might be some that I missed. But from the ones that I got, this is what I came out with. Let's start with the encourage not to tunnel. So, Furtive Chase. That encourages you not to tunnel because the unhooker becomes your new obsession. So you want to hook your obsession and then get the undetectable and the speed, right? So you want to go after the unhooker who becomes the obsession, not the person that got off the hook. Friends till the end. It's kind of like that. You hook your obsession, a new person becomes the obsession, then you want to go for that person, hook them, and someone else becomes the obsession. So you don't want to go for the guy that got off hook, you want to go for other people that just became the obsession. Make your choice. You want to go for the unhooker because they become exposed. None are free. You want to hook all 4 of them to get those pallets and windows blocked at the end game. No way out. We all know what no way out does. You hook all 4 survivors, and then the gate's going to be blocked for 60 seconds. Right? Pain res. Pain res, again, you get 4 tokens. You need to hook all of the survivors one time to use it. It encourages you not to tunnel. All right, so now we have condone tunneling. And now, yes, there are very few that condone tunneling compared to encouraging you not to tunnel. But there shouldn't be any perks that condone tunneling according to behavior's logic. If you're going to make tunneling hard to do on base, then why do you have perks that condone it? You know what I mean? Like, remember me, for example. You need to go for your obsession. If your obsession is still alive during the end game, they can open the door and it won't affect them, so your perk would be useless, right? So you want to tunnel your obsession out before the end game, so that encourages you to tunnel. And plaything, probably the most annoying thing for me. When you get hooked, it's not a scorch hook or anything. You get hooked, you're oblivious until the totem is cleansed. So you might be like, oh, your teammates can just do it. It takes 90 seconds before your teammates can even touch it. So, the second you get off the hook, you might get healed, and now you're oblivious, though. All right, you can find your totem, sure, but the killer, they see the aura of that plaything, and, let's say you're the only one that's been hooked. That's the only totem up. They're going to constantly go back there, and you're not going to know if they're coming, so you can't prematurely get off of the totem and run. So they're just going to fucking down you and hook you again, and the cycle just repeats itself. And yeah, the aura range of this, you only see it when you're within 16 meters, which 16 meters sounds like a lot. It's not. It's really not a lot. It's like 2 feet realistically, man. It's like so small. Now, I think a way that they could fix this is plaything has a duration, right? After you get hooked, you're oblivious, and you stay oblivious for 90 seconds, right? So the entire duration of the totem would be blocked right now. So you stay oblivious for 90 seconds, right? It's a long duration. You could still get tunneled, but it's a lot better than having to cleanse a totem because, if you don't cleanse that totem, you're going to be oblivious the entire game, which is just so unfair, dude. All right, we're going back to this, and this is the last thing I want to talk about is the anti-slugging. Continued improvements. The anti-slugging we have now, it's fine. There are some problems with it. So basically, if all 4 survivors are slugged, they can abandon the match. Now, you would think, okay, all 4 survivors got downed. They lost if they're going to abandon, right? Nope. If all 4 survivors are down and they abandon, it counts as a draw. How? They all got downed. That should count as a loss. Whatever. That's not what we're talking about, but it really pisses me off. And I'm a survivor, by the way. I'm a survivor. I think that should count as a loss. That's just ridiculous that it doesn't count as a loss. Anyways, the anti-slugging, we don't need any more of that. You have perks like No Mither to get you up. Granted, no one wants to use No Mither. I don't either, unless I'm doing a whole build around it. But yeah, Unbreakable. That used to be in the meta, and then it just, quietly left. And now people complain about slugging like the perk doesn't exist. Put on Unbreakable. And not only that, we have Exponential now. Back then, we didn't have Exponential. Now we have Exponential, which allows you to get up 100% faster, by the way. Unbreakable is 35%. This lets you get up 100% faster. It's in a certain range, and the killer can get rid of it, but you can still put it right back up. Right back where it went. Boom. Boom. Right back where it went. So, I'm sorry. It's fucking stupid. Why are they doing this? They're going to put this in the PTB. And it's going to be really shitty. It's going to perform poorly. Or they're going to ignore every single killer input, and they're only going to listen to survivors, which is what they usually do. Hell, at a certain point, every killer has a slug, right? Like, let's say you're a trapper, and you're down to 1 gen, and you only have, 5 hooks. You got a slug in that scenario to go after, and then go after someone else, so you have a chance at winning. They don't understand that, though. And you know what? I'm fine with these mechanics being added as long as they deactivate at some point in the match. Like, let's say the anti-camping one. Right now, it deactivates during the end game. That's good. But you should deactivate it earlier, because guess what? If the killer's at 1 gen again and they only have like a couple hooks, they need to camp that late into the match. Not at the end game, not that late. They need to camp when there's like a gen or 2 gens left. That way they have a chance at winning. And I don't think behavior comprehends that. I don't think they do. They just don't give a shit what the killers think. They only care what survivors think. They see Twitter, they see survivors complaining, they're like, oh, okay, everyone must be unhappy with this then, so we gotta change it. But if a killer complains, they're just like, they look the fucking other way. Anyways, I'm done with this rant, guys. Let me know if you agree with anything I said in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe. It really is appreciated. And yeah, this game fucking sucks. If you are watching this and you've never played Dead by Daylight before, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it at all, because all the changes are absolutely horrendous, and I honestly think it's a waste of $20, to be honest. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see all of you in the next one. Bye-bye.